Thank you, Chairwoman. As I sit here today, it's incredibly difficult not to be completely dismayed. Reasonable people can disagree on the item before us. I'm a patriot. I believe in democracy and I believe in the system. I waited patiently for 22 days as the votes were counted in my own race for supervisor. I didn't have the luxury of victory that was bestowed upon my colleagues sitting on this dais. However, to be perfectly honest, that is not what is before us today. Today, we are being asked to revisit a vote that we have already made. Today, we are being asked to overturn the will of this board. Today, we're being asked to put aside order in the name of political expediency. So let me be perfectly clear. This special meeting was planned by 3 members of the majority. To date, I have never been asked if I could attend. My colleague, Supervisor Desmond, had a well-known conflict. To date, he has never been asked if he could attend. Simply put, this is an outrage. The board has voted. My colleagues didn't like the result, so they located a funding stream and planned a special meeting. And whether Supervisor Desmond or I could attend is irrelevant. The fix is in, folks. Ironically, the very heart of this item is voting, and yet ours simply doesn't matter. President John F. Kennedy once said, "The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are as a people inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings." We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweigh the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions don't survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that is in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. Wow, here we go again. As a mother, I teach my kids, you win some, you lose some. I haven't gotten to the chapter yet. You lose some, you schedule a special meeting when those who you disagree with can't attend, and you try again until you win. That smacks in the face of democracy, the very democracy you profess to be here trying to save today. This is no longer about vote centers. We could have easily taken up this item again at our next regularly scheduled meeting. This emergency outlined in red is not an emergency. The stated purpose of the Ralph M. Brown Act, under which we operate, is described in the very act. The people of this state do not yield their sovereignty to the agencies which serve them. The people, in delegating authority, do not give public servants the right to decide what is good for the people to know and what is not good for them to know. The people insist on remaining informed so that they may retain control over the very instruments they have created. Today, there is no purpose in me casting a vote when the outcome has been predetermined by the very ones who scheduled the special meeting. A meeting of this kind takes away the power from both the citizens in opposition that have no chance of overturning the will of this majority by attending this open meeting and the elected officials in the minority on this issue. I'm angry, I'm disheartened, and I'm disappointed, but mostly I'm sad. I'm sad that this board has become the they who they said we are. I ran against an incumbent with the slogan, ethics matter. Merriam-Webster defines unethical as unwilling to adhere to proper rules of conduct. Ethics should matter, but today, this board majority is making an exception. Supervisor Fletcher ran to take on the status quo. Today, I can't argue with our detractors. Today, I'm ashamed. As the old saying goes, we have met the enemy and he is us. Well, I will not let today define me. Today, I will not be casting a vote. Although I'm physically in my chair, my vote doesn't count. My voice doesn't matter. The board has found a way to render myself and Supervisor Desmond powerless. Congratulations, you got what you wanted. As I leave you today to cast your predetermined votes, I will remind you that while we can disagree on a policy, we should never disagree on democracy itself. Thank you.